Asking the community whether For Honor is currently in a good state is akin to opening Pandora's box. However, I think depending on what you believe, everyone could agree that For Honor does not perform at its highest possible potential. Following my last video about going full fantasy, I wanted to circle back around and evaluate the recent Halloween event and see if it lived up to the hype and what it implies going forward for the game. The current season has seen a lot of generally good changes, which begs the question, is For Honor making a comeback? I've been more than vocal when it comes to pointing out Ubisoft's shortcomings with the game. However, as I always say, I'm not a monster. I'm also not blind to the recent string of good decisions they have implemented into the game. The testing ground reworks, the smaller quality of life changes, and the addition of dodge attacks for some heroes that were lacking them. Not to mention crossplay phase 2. Not that I have any friends to invite. Then to reach up and put the cherry on top, we have the best event since Test Your Metal.
Oh, in the mouth. It was lovely.
With some peak visuals and great art direction, not to mention a pretty sweet hero skin. I actually redact what I said last video. I think Mako edges out Femboy Ramiel for me. Like, I would actually buy this skin. This event has some real passion put into it, and it's on display for everyone to see. It's something that the game has been deprived of. Now, I'm not going to explain how the event works, as you have all had time to play it or you've seen someone play it. The bottom line is, kill the spider MILF. What I do want to talk about is how the event has been presented. I gotta say, they nailed the transformation of Market Town. The atmosphere and visuals are like something out of Ghost of Tsushima Legends. There's so many little details hidden around the map. The little Kappa Demon pikemen with their bamboo plank shields. Even the donkey is possessed. Then we have the main lady herself, Jogumo. Confession time. I fucking hate spiders. They make my balls retract. They make my balls suck up inside of me. There's no different here. It's rancid how she looks and moves, which is exactly how she should be. This event is brutal as well. You really need some teamwork if you want to complete it. You've got to coordinate with each other and make sure you protect Miko. Otherwise, you're in for a bad time. It really does feel like you're doing a raid, and I think the event does show that there is potential for more serious PvE content in the game. I know that arcade exists, but notice I said serious PvE content. However, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. You didn't think I'd let them get off that easily, did you? Don't think I didn't notice that this event is basically a rehash of Overthrow from the Rebellion season. You swapped Ilma for Mako. I enjoyed this one though, maybe because this actually had some atmosphere instead of red shit everywhere that made my eyes bleed. And we had a new boss instead of just a commander reskin. And then they had to go and jeopardize the whole event. Why? Why in the name of all that's good in this world would you do this?
Oh, look who ruined that.
Fucking just ruined that in the last.
Oh my.
Like, why? That's fucking stupid.
Oh.
Like, you had the tone and the atmosphere nailed, and you just had to fuck it up at the end. This is just a prime example of them putting unnecessary, goofy shit in that just shouldn't be there. I'm fixating on this far too much now, but compare this to the Kappa, the little frogmen. That is goofy. It's goofy, but in a good way. Like, it makes sense that Jogumo has some Kappa minions. It adds a little bit of character, while being a little bit silly and fun. Ugh, that was a good one. I know there's going to be that one guy soy jacking at the spiders. It's like, oh, that's so cool, the dancing crab meme, haha. If this is you, what I want you to do is take a walk to the bathroom, switch on the light, take a long hard look at the person in the mirror, okay?
Take a big step back and literally fuck your own face!
Moving on, I think the event was a little bit janky, but I don't really care. Like, it's a wildly different game mode for an event that lasts 2 weeks. It's like Dark Souls 1, that's what it's like. We all know that the game dropped off after Anno Londo, but we still love it for all of its faults. I think the big shock factor in this is that Ubisoft effectively created whole new animations specifically for this event. To put this into perspective, they haven't done anything like this in a long time. Hell, they barely even do it for new heroes. They're all made up of existing animations. animations. It's even more intriguing when you realise that they are mocapping new moves for Jormungandr, which would also imply the new hero will have new animations. What are you doing, Ubisoft? What are you up to, eh? Now don't confuse my praise for a complete switch in stance. To quote Governor Swan from the hit 2003 action-adventure film, The Pirates of the Caribbean Curse of the Black Pearl, God, that was a fucking mouthful. One good deed does not make up for a lifetime of wickedness. That being said, I think you need to give praise to reinforce good decision making, but now Ubi has set a standard. They've shown us that they are still capable of innovating decent content for the game. No, I don't think the game's making a comeback per se. Sorry to the people who don't understand how YouTube video titles work. But I am cautiously optimistic to see where the next season will go. Please be a Viking hero. Don't abandon us again, Ubisoft.